Hello, Marcus Lin here with Batman Black and White, the hardcover, collecting the most recent 6-issue Batman Black and White series, mini-series. So here are all the issues. So issue 1, which as you can see is actually the cover for the hardcover as well. Alright, and then we have issue number 2, issue number 3, issue number 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so all 6 issues, all in this volume. Alright, and this is actually volume 5 because there have been 4 previous Batman Black and White volumes, right? Going all the way back to 1996, which was volume 1. Okay, and I actually have all of those volumes collected in this big omnibus, right? So this was like the first 4 volumes, okay? And so now this one is the most recent one, volume 5, okay? And you can see it says celebrated anthology series returns. So yeah, you can see, you know, like all-star creators, right? Just with all their stunning stories of Batman. It says 30. So there's about 5 stories per issue, so you know, times 6, that's like 30 stories altogether. Yeah, so Batman Black and White number 1 to 6, featuring the work of some of the most acclaimed creators in comics. Okay. So yeah, so the whole idea is, you know, like get some of the hottest creative teams in comics out there and let's get them to do, you know, a Batman story. Around, you know, about 8 pages per story. That's around the, you know, the length of each Batman story. So yeah, so it's a very cool anthology, right? Because everyone wants to write for the Batman. Alright, so let me check it off. So the world is simple. There is good, there is evil. There is Batman, black and white. Okay. So let's have a look. Okay. There's only one of the covers. Or pinups. Okay. Alright, so let's go through the stories one by one. Right, so you've got all the stories listed in table of contents, right? All 30 of them. Okay. So it's pretty cool. Makes it easy to flip to the story that you want. Alright, so here's the first one. So the first story is the Demon's Fist. Okay, the Demon's Fist takes the villain's point of view and makes it feel akin to like a child's first piano recital. So yeah, so that's what it is. And then we have the second one, which is called Wait. Right, this is called Wait, and J.M. Williams, right? Really awesome tour of Batman's career with gorgeous splash pages, as you can see, showing all the characters we know and love. Perfect introduction, I would say, for a new reader to the Batman Black and White series. Okay, and then the third one we have First Flight. So First Flight is, I don't know, it's okay, but this one almost feels like a lost chapter. That was cut from the Grant Morrison days. Although the Swamp Thing twist is pretty cool. Yeah, it's by Paul Dini and Andy Kubert, right? Pretty well known creative team. And this one here, this one is called Sisyphus, right? And I don't know, it's kind of arty, I would say. So didn't care so much for the story, this one personally, although I do admire the approach and technique. Alright, Metamorphosis. We see Batman responding to a hostage situation, right? Involving one young woman being held hostage. There is a little bit of a twist, though, right, with Killer Croc, illustrating some uncomfortable truths about life. And then we have this next one. Right, this is a heavy one. Tom King always writes heavy stories. Right, it's actually taken from the book of Luke. If you're a Bible reader, right, a parable about the unjust the unjust judge. And it isn't trying to call God unjust, but just stating that if an unjust judge can be moved by persistence, right, imagine what persistence will do with a loving father. As to what it has to do with Batman, I'm still trying to work it out. I guess that makes you think a bit, because that's what Tom King likes to do. All cats are grey. It kicks off. Actually, no. We're actually in issue 2 now, I think. Yeah, so this is your standard cat and mouse chase between Batman and Catwoman, as you can see. Nothing too special, but it's just the artwork looks pretty nice. The next one here is The Spill. The Spill is a Joker story. And I don't know, we've had too many Joker stories recently, so I'm rolling my eyes a little bit. Anyway, Duo. Duo is the next one by Dustin Weaver. This follows an imposter dressed like Batman but in white. Now, I don't really get the ending. Right? I don't really get it. I think it needs to be a longer story to make sense. Now the next story is called Devil in the Details, and this one you sort of have to flip it sideways to read, right? So it's like a daily newspaper strip, which is kind of cool. Yeah, it's by David Aja. Alright, so this kicks off the 3rd issue now, which is Cavalry. Now this first story is by John Ridley, a Jace Fox story, as you will know from the next Batman. Set in the future after the Future State storyline, features Jace Fox with Tiffany Fox as his partner. Sort of like a Robin, right? Yeah, so yeah, pretty cool team up there. John Ridley. And then we have A Kingdom of Thorns. And I'm not sure, is this even a Batman story? It's like a cool concept or a fantasy version of Batman versus Ivy. I don't know. This one is called I Am the Bat. Yeah, so this one is pretty cool because of the last page. Because at all this time we think it's talking about Batman's dad, but it's actually this new Batman talking about Bruce Wayne, right? So that's kind of cool. So it's a message about Batman's true long-lasting impact. The next one is called Unquiet Night, right? Unquiet Kelly Jones style. Yeah, it's about Batman and he's actually dead. So we have appearances from Etrigan, we have Zatanna, we have the manifestation of Batman's spirit hanging over Gotham, that kind of stuff. Alright, so this one is called Legacies, a sci-fi setting, Batman mech doing battle against a variety of mutant horrors. Kind of cool, manga style, but I don't know, it's okay. I think, again, this needs to be a longer story to really appreciate what they're trying to do. Okay, so this kicks off the 4th issue now, A Night in the Life of a Bat in Gotham. So this is literally a story about day in the life of a bat. Not Batman, but a bat. So it's kind of a whimsical, funny story in that sense. By Joshua Williamson. Alright, this next one is called The Devonport House, and it features the return of Maps. Mizoguchi, the bubbly, hyperactive Gotham Academy student, right, who is also Robin. pretty cool, yeah. Green Deal. This one is by Chip Zdarsky, alright. Poison Ivy looking for Bruce because she thinks together they can save the planet, and she does have a point. Yeah, so yeah, that's by Chip Zdarsky. And then the next one is Checkmate, and I think this alternates between the present and the past. In the past we have Alfred teaching Bruce how to play chess, which think it's trying to make the link to say that's how Batman learns to be strategic and stuff. Okay. And the next one is called Fool's Journey. This one. Fool's Journey is a murder mystery set in Haley Circus. So that's pretty cool. When Dick's parents were still around, so this was pretty early, even before Dick Grayson became Robin. Okay, Fool's Journey. Next, we have Father-Son Outing. This is a funny one. It's a long setup for a very hilarious punchline with Damian Wayne. Signals. This is one of my favorites, actually, by Lee Weeks. Very strong story, a bit of a year one story for Jim Gordon, who had a corrupt mentor, and he kind of finds him years later and decides to show mercy. So I really like that one. The Man Who Flies. Oh, sorry, no, this is Blue. Blue is the one about Hilda Dent, Harvey Dent's wife. Right, so it's exacting revenge on others because of her own dark past with Harvey. And then we have this next one is also pretty cool. It's called The Riddle, which is kind of like a choose your own adventure type story, right? You can see the numbers there in the panels. Batman vs. Riddler and Killer Croc. And we're reaching the end now. This is The Man Who Flies. This is about Nightwing, which is touches on big moments in Dick Grayson's life. The story serves as a perfect representation for who Dick is. Yeah, just a really, really fine Dick Grayson tribute. And then Second Signal. This is the first story of the last issue, introducing two African American brothers, Nathan and Michael Rook, and they sort of call out to Batman for help when people in the hills disappear. There's the Mad Hatter appearing as well. And then we have Abyss, a story from the perspective of 3 citizens of Gotham, right? And all 3 were saved by Batman, and all have very different perspectives of him. Hero, maniac, and human monster. Okay. And then we have opening moves. This kind of Batman up against chessmen. These chess people, chess pieces as actual people, right? Batman has to save a kidnapped boy, and he has to go through these chess people. Okay, second last story is Like Monsters of the Deep. So young girls have been kidnapped off the streets, and Batman has to work with Clayface. So yeah, it's a Clayface story. And then finally, the last one is 1,000 words, right? Pictures with 1,000 words. It's a fitting one to end the series. It's the poignant tale of an old man now who was a photographer who took photos of Batman over the years and has been nicknamed Shutterbat. And he's trying to pick his favorite photo of Batman. So it really reminds me of the Marvel series by Kurt Busiek and Alex Ross. So that's the end of the. So it's by Scott Snyder, right? The all-star team: Scott Snyder and John Romita Jr. and Klaus Jensen. So here's the cover gallery. Right, I showed you this just now, and there's also got variants as well. Variant covers. This is the number 2 variant cover, number 3 variant cover. More variants, right? Lots of variants. This is number 5, number 6. Jason Fabok. Yeah, number 1. It looks like this one, retailer variant cover. And what is this one? Retailer variant cover again. Another retailer variant. So many variants, retailer variant. And that's it. Very, very brief run through of all the 30 stories collected in this volume of Batman black and white hardcover. Okay, if you haven't checked out Batman black and white at all, right? This is a pretty good volume to start, right? I know that black and white may not be to everyone's taste, but I mean, yeah, the stories are really good, and it sort of gives it a very noir quality, which fits Batman really well. So hope you enjoyed this video. Do please like and subscribe, and I will see you in another video.